Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Cram's Corner. I'm the Krammissioner, and let's get right to last week's games. Last week we saw a flurry of high scores throughout the league, highlighted by FC Krammissioners with 125, the Colt 45s with 124, and out of nowhere, the Udder Girls with 133 points. All three teams were vying for the Viagra Big Dick of the Week award, but when the smoke cleared, the team left standing tall was owned by the league's shortest owner, Abarca. Abarca was unable to be reached for comment this week. Apparently both his hands were on some titties and he was unable to pick up the phone. But hopefully we'll speak with him in the near future about his big win. Right now, he has the high score of the season and his team is looking pretty good moving forward. Also this week there's been a shakeup in the standings. Leading the way is the Freshman Slayers, now holding the league's only 3-1 record. There's a couple teams close behind with 2-1-1 records, but as of right now, the Freshman Slayers are out in front. The pressure will be on this week as the Freshman Slayers take on the second place Colt 45s in a game that could decide the first place team. Through 4 weeks, Sean and Joe Stuff & Co. and In It to Win It Frick are bringing up the rear of the league. When asked for comment on this matter, team owner Adam simply said, "Frick." Teams' waiver budgets are becoming a priority this week, and it's going to be interesting to see how each team manages their finances. Chase and Abarca haven't spent a single dollar this week, and they both carry 2-2 records. Also with a 2-2 record is Kamran, who has spent the most money and only has $46 remaining on the season. And once you take into account his Burger King and Adderall habits, that doesn't leave very much money left for players. League leader Eric has only spent $4, proving that there's no direct correlation between wins and money spent. Please help me welcome in now team owner John, owner of the Drew's Cruise, formerly known as the Wrecking Cruise, formerly known as the Mr. Johnsons, formerly known as the artist known as Prince. We welcome him now to the squared table, because here at Cram's Corners, we don't cut corners. John, good to have you here today.
Is this thing on? Alright, thanks for having me.
How do you think your team has been doing so far this season? Could you assess your performance up to this point?
We're happy with the performance of the team overall. We've had our ups and downs, but what really holds our team down is our strong defense, our great kicking so far, great special teams play, and our elite tight end, Brendan Davis, who is actually one of the premier tight ends in the league. So with those three holding it down, and of course Percy Harvin doing his thing every week, we got a good shot at taking it all the way.
What do you have to say in response to the quarterback controversy that seems to be brewing amongst your team? You've picked up Tim Tebow once again after dropping him earlier in the season. Does this mean that you intend to play him more often moving forward?
Let's just say that I got a little bird on my shoulder telling me some ins and outs. So we'll see how it plays out.
All right, it'll be interesting to see. He's got a total of what, 2 fantasy points this year? Good luck with that. What do you think your chances are against the Empire this week? A team coming off a loss to FC Krammissioners and hungry for a victory.
They got a pretty good squad over there. GM Finn Shirley and team owner Hassan Sonny Shaw got a good thing going on over there. We didn't know how it was going to turn out preseason, but they are a little pretty intimidating over there. So the Empire can suck my ass.
Alright, thanks Sean. I'll let them know what you said. John, I now have a Twitter question for you from Curtis from his handle, Too Fat to Handle. He asks, John, why did you spend so much money to pick up Rashard Mendenhall right now when his injury status is still up in the air?
Well, we know that in years past he was I don't want to say elite, but definitely a featured back in the offense of whatever team he was on. And we know he does have the skill to carry the load on a team. So we thought, why not go out and snag him before he comes back fully from his injury. So we decided to sign him on the squad.
Okay, thanks, John. One last thing before you go. Do you have a message for the league?
Just like to say to pick it up and that you guys can all suck my ass.
Okay, I'll be sure to let them know that as well. Have a good one, John, and we appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today.
Thanks for having me, Commissioner. Appreciate it.
All right, that's going to do it for us here this week at Kram's Corner. We'll see you again in here next week. As always, I wish you all the worst of luck, and I hope you all lose.